Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm back with another Lessons in Magecraft number 3, Origins and Elements, right? So yeah, last two, we just looked at the root and then, basically, yeah, the true magic as well. I did see some comments, I forgot what it was, but you guys did tell me, like, about the first magic, and who did use it, right? But yeah, we got to see some of that, and yeah, actually, that sort of helps me out too, because it's like, yeah, someone like Kiritsugu, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly if it is one of the true magics, but yeah, he kind of did, like, alter his time. So it's like, I think, which one was that? The third one? Either the third or no, the second or the fourth, I think, right? Magic, which will relate to that, right? Whatever he does. So, he could be recreating that, right, in his own, way. But yeah, other than that though, yeah, I don't got much else to say. So yeah, let's just get this started. So if you guys will enjoy this, make sure you like, subscribe, and yeah, let's get this reaction started.
Brand new whip, got no keys. Tell them my clothes, no starch, please. Soon as you can go leave. Got M's in the bank, like yes, indeed. Cartier glasses, I won't even Pikachu. Yellow Ferrari, like Pikachu. I got him waiting and watching what he gon' do. Tryna pee what I do, tryna steal my moves.
Okay, so here we go.
In our previous lesson in Magecraft, I revealed as much as mages currently know about the
true
5
magic?
true magics and their respective magicians. While reaching the root and obtaining such magic is the pinnacle achievement for a mage, the majority of our curriculum will be far more pragmatic. Essentially, rather than focusing on phenomena we might perform, it is essential we focus on what we can perform. The first step in doing so is to understand how the world around us operates and what role we living beings play in its ecosystem.
You gotta know what you gotta do, right?
Focus on the
What's your
concepts
purpose?
of origins and elements. I've already mentioned that all things that exist in the universe come from and return to the root.
Yeah, but coming from and back to the root, right?
The clearest explanation I can provide is that the root releases concepts that take material form. While humans are naturally born from sexual reproduction, every newborn child is but a concept that once slipped from the root.
Oh,
this is
okay.
An origin, a latent driving force.
So yeah, that's something right there.
Individuals.
Yeah, like,
Origins
yeah,
are
basically,
such that mages are barely able
a
to
baby is
categorize them
born,
with
but then,
words
yeah,
alone.
they're kind of slipped away, right? And then, yeah, somehow,
The concepts of
yeah,
origins
just,
are fascinating.
gets
in
born
that
after
they
that.
characterize us all as unique
No, if
existences,
that's what I
despite
was getting
sharing
from
the
that, right?
commonality of being human. A romanticized statement such as, "That man is death incarnate," can actually serve as a literal definition. The extent to which one's origin affects one's daily life has everything to do with how much one is awakened to one's origin. For some, most perhaps, the origin remains dormant. It may take shape in a quirk of the personality, a general alignment, or affinity. For others, the origin is far more present, perhaps granting individuals unique talents that defy their humanity. Despite this, one thing remains certain. If a person is awakened to their origin, they will most certainly be unable to stray from it. At this stage, an origin can and will consume one's very nature. The autonomy of consciousness will take a back seat, as the origin guides one like an instinct or compulsion. Thankfully, this is rare.
Okay, what
Oftentimes, a
was
mage's
I supposed to be
origin
looking at
can
here?
prevent them from their practices and pursuits. Very few mages are even capable of waking others to their origins. In terms of documented cases, we have the Ryogi Family and Sorin Araya. The Ryogi, a family of former demon hunters, had a
Ryogi,
ritual to
okay.
awaken the origin of infants. They intentionally used this technique to capitalize on the origin of Ryogi Shiki, which is emptiness, resulting in a child with a direct connection to the root. In pursuit of Shiki's limitless potential, Sorin Araya used his own ability to awaken the origins of potential pawns after gaining their consent, albeit deceptively. Perhaps Shiki's salvation came as a result of her lover Kokuto's origin. While it lacks a name, it shaped him into the ultimate pacifist, one that will never hurt others. It drove his compassionate personality, letting him trust in Shiki at all times. Shiki's employment to Toko Awazaki led her to encounter many foes and victims of Araya's scheming. Tomoe Enjo, a young man born to an impoverished family, was caught up in the Ogawa apartment complex incident. The design of the complex heightened the tension between his parents, causing them to kill one another repeatedly. Soren implanted in him a subconscious interest in Shiki as a form of bait to lead her in. His origin is worthlessness. While its effects weren't strong, the origin did influence his low self-esteem.
Wow, okay, so yeah, it really does just, like, whatever you got really, yeah, show, or you really show, like, yeah, what you got from the origin, or at least what your origin is.
In the grand scheme of things, we might consider them lucky, as origins can be far more compelling. Ryo Shirazumi was one of Shiki's classmates in high school. In an attempt to impress her, he picked a fight with a school bully, accidentally killing him in the process.
Oh,
Uncertain
okay. I don't know how you would accidentally kill him, but okay.
Leo panicked. The stress, the trauma, caused his origin to partially awaken. Gruesomely, that origin was eating, consumption.
Okay, so there he goes.
As if he truly were a ferocious beast, Leo began to devour the corpse,
until
restraining himself and throwing up. Soren Araya, intrigued by Leo's awakening, offered to fully awaken the origin. When Leo accepted, he began to salivate profusely. His strength and reflexes increased, twisting his human form into that of a wild cannibal. While it helped him finish eating the body,
so yeah, changed him, developed and everything, right?
Proved to be a living nightmare. Compelled to consume, he continually murdered city residents at night, seeking Shiki's validation as a presumed murderer herself. Ultimately, nothing could save the poor wretch, aside from the sweet release of death by Shiki's blade. Origins exist for every living being, but can play an important role in Magecraft. A profound example is the origin of Shiro Emiya.
Oh, okay.
From a technical standpoint, Shiro is a mage, albeit with painfully weak magic circuits, compounded by a lack of magic crest. On his own, he could only channel mana to interpret and reinforce the structure.
Yeah, reinforce, yeah.
Though his adoptive father, Kiritsugu, could not transfer the Emiya magic crest, he bestowed quite possibly a greater gift.
Yep,
Avalon,
the
the scabbard
Avalon.
of the holy sword Excalibur, was implanted into the boy to save him from Fuyuki's great fire at the end of the Fourth Holy Grail War. Mages have yet to confirm whether this was always the case, but following the acquisition of Avalon, Shiro's origin was that of sword. In concept, this made him the mortal embodiment of swords. In practice, it allowed him the ability to project, or more accurately,
oh, so okay, yeah, the projecting. Okay,
yeah,
I was about to say, yeah, does it have anything to do with the projection, right? But yeah, I didn't know if for sure, but
can be seen with
yeah.
Emiya. His
definitely has to do with the projection magic that he does.
On his personal life, but then his mentor Natalia ground 2 of his ribs to dust and implanted his soul into 66 individual.
Oh yeah, those bullets, yeah.
These origin bullets allow Kiritsugu to activate his origin inside the bodies of those the bullets pierce.
Oh, so that's
other mages,
what happened
their
then.
activation will sever their magic circuits.
Yep,
bind them together improperly.
undo them and then put them back together in like a different way.
With their
Yep, so you won't be able to.
And overblown.
Yeah.
By combining his origin with technology,
Can't really use those magic circuits then, right?
Magus, fit for the title of Mage Killer. Like magic circuits themselves.
Okay, so yeah, I see it now, yeah. How some of this ties into stuff I've already seen, right? Like the projection magic or, you know, those bullets.
While for others, they are self-destructive. In a similar fashion, we have elements. Studies such as alchemy and theologies like those of ancient Greece all have their own number and terminology to describe the elements, such as fire, wind, and water.
Yeah, the
But
basic.
the Mages Association categorizes them into a basic 5, known as the Great Elements. These are fire, earth, water, wind, and ether. We have the diligent studies of Magus Paracelsus von Hohenheim to thank for these classifications. In essence, these elements merely serve to sort varied forms of magecraft. Fire, for instance, does not simply refer to the rapid oxidization of materials. It also encompasses spells pertaining to consumption, entropy, energy transfer, consumption, and thermodynamics.
Okay, so yeah, kind of basic, right? But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it.
Of grounding and embedding. Water is not simply the fluid itself, but flows, forms, and cycles as well. Wind is not simply air, but an array of kinetic forces. Consequently, ether lacks a form of its own. As an imaginary factor, it combines with the other elements in the production of spells. Certain bloodlines of mages have particular elemental affinities. Like origins, they can be unique to the individual, but also tend to share a hereditary consistency.
I really can't even tell what she's carrying there. I'm trying to see, but I really can't even tell.
And Waver Velvet's affinity to earth, Tokiomi Tosaka's affinity to fire, the Aozaki family's affinity to
you have the
wind,
fire they,
and
okay.
the Mato family's affinity to water.
So they
Sakura
got water.
Mato, before being indoctrinated into the Mato family, had no particular affinity at all. In contrast, Rin Tosaka is an incredibly gifted mage with an affinity to all 5 elements.
Oh, so you could just she can use all 5, okay.
Study, a mage's elemental affinity may help guide them into specializing in particular spells.
Yeah, Sakura, I think I'm gonna have to wait to... Or no, he just says she doesn't have an affinity, right? I was about to say, yeah, wait until like Heaven's Feel or something like that. I see more of that.
Hollow, for instance, is an element tied to traversing imaginary number space. Put bluntly, this refers to a space different from the world in its reverse side. It is best thought of as an alternate plane or dimension. The few mages who do have an affinity for this element typically use spells to store matter from our plane into imaginary space.
I don't know what happened to her, but
Trisha Fellows hides her still living head in imaginary space.
Or oh no, her head is somewhere else. Okay.
Undermine you with fragments of the Lesser Grail implanted into her heart. The mysterious shadow and its fodder could be considered a form of imaginary space. Atlas alchemists often deal in human factors, which also tend to have affinities.
Oh yeah, so, yeah, I gotta wait to look at that.
Humans consist of 3 factors: the body, mind, and soul, which are studied in Atlas just as carefully as the great elements. In summation, there are 2 major forces that work to characterize mages and their abilities.
Oh yeah, and I need to remember her name too, because I can tell she's at least important, right?
Each human has an origin, and while they normally have a subtle effect on a human's personality, origins can wake within humans to compel and control them. For mages specifically, there are elements tied to the various spells mages use, and most mages and mage families have an affinity toward one or more of these elements, influencing the kinds of spells a mage is likely to pursue and master. This concludes today's lesson. In the future, I wish to discuss magical energy itself, mana. We will explore where mana comes from.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, learn about that, yeah. So I'll be looking forward to that then. But I think that's it for this one. So, yeah, I guess you could say, these origins, like how you activate them or unlock them, right? I mean, well, no, they're already inside of every single human, but, basically, there's like some sort of trigger that you gotta do, in order to, unlock that origin. So I guess Shiro, for instance, well, okay, I'm just going off of like the 2006 Fate Stay Night, but, wait, what was it? Basically he was trying to project, Saber's sword, right? And basically, that's, when his projection magic, kind of got activated at that point. And then over time, he got better and better at it. And then eventually he was able to recreate Avalon, right? To where he could block Gilgamesh's attack. So I guess, just at that moment, that trigger, kind kind of set it off, and then that's when his origin happened. I guess, yeah, if that's if I'm right on that. And someone like Kiritsugu, it's like that was put inside of him, right? So that's how his origin, kind of got unlocked. But yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I did not know. Like, yeah, that was an origin right there that of Kiritsugu there. Like, I knew what it does, right? Like, yeah, basically, like what breaks off your magic circuits and then tie them back together. But they're all like linked up like wrong, right? Like, yeah, if you try and use it, it's like, yeah, it's not gonna be going in the same like path or something like that, right? And then yeah, just really mess you up, right? So where it's like, yeah, you can't use magic or anything, and then you'll be like Archibald, right? Like, yeah, he literally, yeah, really couldn't be a mage anymore, right? Because his magic circuits were messed up and he just couldn't do anything, right? But then another thing as well, was it Tokiyomi? So yeah, I do remember, yeah, he did do he did do a lot of fire, right? So I mean, basically it's just, yeah, just elements, right? Ren though, I don't think I've seen her do too much of that. Really, yeah, I just see her using like the jewels or whatever, right? And then what she be speaking in German or something, right? Doing those chants. But other than that though, yeah, she can use all 5 though. So yeah, I knew she was good, but yeah, it's definitely good right there. And I think you say, yeah, Sakura doesn't have any elements at all, right? But yeah, that definitely all ties in, right? And I mean, yeah, I kind of already knew it, but except it's just now I know, like, yeah, that's just an element, right? Or this is just like an origin, that's why he's able to do that, But yeah, other than that though, that's pretty much about it. So yeah, I'm gonna just end it off here. Oh yeah, and then here as well, like, yeah, his kind of triggered as well because I forgot why he had to fight the bully, but basically accidentally killed him somehow, right? And then that triggered it, inside of him, right? I guess that feeling of, killing someone, I guess. And then after that, something just triggered, and now it's like, yeah, now he's like a cannibal, right? Now he wants to eat people and all. He just has a hunger, just that, basically just thirst to just, yeah, go eat people, I guess, and do this to them, right? I mean, completely just, yeah. But yeah, other than that though, yeah, that's pretty much about it. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe again, and y'all see you guys in the next one.